Good evening and welcome to the late news from Tyne Tees. First tonight, the headlines. Side teenager is sacked by her bosses. Unions have raised doubts tonight about the latest developments at Tyneside Shipbuilder's Swan Hunter. Southampton-based Vosper Thornycroft has been holding talks with Swan's receivers, but there are fears it may be just spoiling tactics to upset their French rivals CMN, who are still locked in negotiations for the yard.
It's now several weeks since it was revealed that French shipbuilders CMN were interested in buying Swans, which went into receivership in May last year. Since then, representatives have been meeting with the receivers and a formal bid could be made within the month. But it's now been confirmed that another yard, Vosper Thornycroft at Southampton, may also bid for the Wallsend yard. Union leaders are sceptical about Vosper's sudden interest, fearing it could simply be aimed at blocking the French bid.
I think we're concerned that it may delay a decision made by the French with regard to the company.
What do you think's behind the Vosper Thornycroft bid, bearing in mind they did tell you that they had overcapacity in Southampton?
Well, we're still a little bit confused with regard to Vosper's decision to come back in. Our view may be that CMN are in the same type of field of that of which Vosper Thornycroft trade.
I think there must be some concern that they've arrived on the scene very late in the day, and whether they've been promoted to get involved as a result of the interest being shown by the French company CMN in Swan Hunters, time will tell. We know that Vosper's and the French company are deep competitors, and so we need to be sure in our own minds that this interest is not of a negative nature, but actually is a positive desire to keep shipbuilding alive and to ensure the future of Swan Hunter.
Tyneside police are hunting two men who they describe as extremely dangerous following a nightclub stabbing. A 24-year-old man was badly injured in the attack at Rockshots in Newcastle. Detectives are looking for Geoffrey Wilkinson, who is 23, and 21-year-old Colin Moore, both from Walker. Two post office workers have been injured in an attempted armed robbery on Tyneside. Two gunmen burst into the Chichester sub-branch in Stanhope Parade in South Shields and demanded cash. The staff refused to hand over the money and a man and a woman were both hurt in a scuffle. Police say the raiders ran off on foot without using their guns. Cleveland County Council has announced new safety procedures following a fatal accident at a council-run home. 61-year-old Betty Kelsey was scalded to death after running herself a hot bath at Cumberland House in Middlesbrough. The authority admitted a breach of health and safety regulations.
We've learned a number of lessons from this, and we've put in many changes in our custom and practice. But I think we've also got to recognise that we give people independence, dignity and rights and choice, and there is an element of risk in all of that. But the bottom line is this was a mechanical failure through lack of maintenance.
Staff at an award-winning community radio station on Wearside have gone on strike over a rift between workers and management. All the daytime presenters and at least 5 other full-time workers at Wear FM in Sunderland walked out today. The station carried on as normal and the strike was described by management as a storm in a teacup. The cause of the conflict is believed to be the way the station is run. New systems were introduced in January and some people moved departments. Everything is expected to be back to normal tomorrow. A teenage girl has gone missing after facing disciplinary action at her job at Topshop in Sunderland. Lindsay Watson was so worried about being suspended from work that she ran away. The Burton Group have now sacked her for not attending for more than 3 weeks. Melanie Abbott reports.
Lindsay's mum has been waiting for her daughter to come home for more than a month. She disappeared over a matter of a few pounds. Her mother now knows she was suspended from her job at Topshop in January for giving staff discount to a friend. She kept it secret for 3 weeks, setting off for work as usual and then saying she was owed some time off. Her parents only found out what had happened after receiving a letter from the Burton Group. This morning that was topped by another letter saying Lindsay was sacked.
It's put a lot of pressure on her, suspending her for 3 weeks, rather than getting the punishment over with straight away. A verbal or written warning would have served amply within a couple of days.
Now, if Lindsay or anybody who knows where Lindsay might have got to is watching this, what would you say to them?
please get her to ring us or get in contact with somebody in the family to let us know that she is safe. You know, if she doesn't want us to know where she is, fair enough, but we do want to know that she is safe.
And is there a personal message for Lindsay herself?
Well, just come home. We all miss you.
Lindsay had her 17th birthday while she was missing. Her cards are waiting for her at home. Burtons have apologised for any distress caused and say it isn't their policy to write to people who aren't around.
Finally, a look at the weather, and there'll be frequent rain showers overnight, but they should die out later. Temperatures falling to 4 Celsius, 39 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow we'll see sunny periods with some more rain and brisk winds, mainly in the west, and top temperatures 8 Celsius, 46 Fahrenheit. That's all from us. We're back at breakfast time, but for now, good night.